Hi, this is Tony, and welcome. I'm kind of known as the crypto guy around here, but I do trade stocks for my personal account. And one of the areas that I've been kind of focusing on, the trading in and out of, has basically been the AI sector, and in particular the semiconductor sector. Okay, which it has been on fire. And recently, of course, there was news that came out that NVIDIA bypassed both Apple and I think also Microsoft for being the highest valued company. And so NVIDIA is practically in the news every day at this point. So today I kind of want to talk about NVIDIA, at least the wave patterns that I'm seeing here, okay, and that I've been working with. Now, as far as the longer term picture, the longer term count for NVIDIA, and the data goes back into like the late 90s. Okay. Um, there's different ways to interpret that data. Okay. What I'm focusing on here, the snapshot that we're looking at, is basically the price action that has unfolded since the major low back in October of 2022, so around 20 months ago or so. Not quite 2 years yet. Okay. And so overall, what I'm seeing is an incomplete five-wave pattern, but that is in its final stages. Okay, that's what the waves are suggesting to me here. Now, whether or not the fifth wave is going to end a third wave or the whole bull market, that is indeterminate right now. Okay, because the longer term chart can be labeled different ways. But for today's discussion, as I said, I'm just going to focus on this snapshot. Okay, and then we'll drill down from here into the lower time frame. Okay, but I am pretty confident at this point that this is a fifth wave pattern unfolding. Now, the wave degrees that I'm using are really just for today's discussion. They might actually be at a higher degree, maybe primary degree. Okay, but for today's discussion, I'm working with these just to be able to highlight the different trends and the pattern. Okay, so basically what we're looking for here are the final subdivisions to complete red wave 5 or blue wave 5. Okay, so now let's drill down to a 6-hour chart. Okay, so here's that 75.61 low. Okay, so we're looking at the price action beyond wave 4. All right, so we're counting the subwaves down for basically red wave 5, which is not finished yet. Okay, so we need to look a little bit higher, I think, before a top occurs. And as we drill down even further onto a 30-minute chart, we can see a little bit more of how wave 5, the green wave 5, or red wave 5, is unfolding. Okay, so counting the price action from the 129.58 low, we basically just have 3 waves up off of that low, and of course we need to see 5. Okay, so what we're labeling here are waves 1 and 2 of 5, and wave 3, which I don't really think is complete because we don't have a nice clear 5-wave count for it just yet. Okay, then once we have that, we'll get a pullback in wave 4, blue wave 4, which should then set up the final 5th wave rally, which will be blue wave 5 of purple wave 5 of green wave 5 and all the other 5s on top of that we just saw a moment ago. Okay, so the key takeaway here, and as I, as I said, I've been kind of trading in and out of this. But I would say that unless one is very fleet of foot and really knows the wave principle inside and out, I think even taking a short-term trade could be risky, especially if you're not managing it properly. Okay, so since I don't think this wave 3 is finished quite yet, it could be, but I don't think it is. We would first need to see a clear 5 waves, as I said, forming for wave 3. Then we would anticipate a pullback in a 4th wave, which of course should not overlap the extreme of wave 1. And so once we have the 3rd wave in place, then we can project a bit as to where the whole thing might end. Okay, so just to kind of look ahead and see possible ranges for a top. Okay, say if we're counting a projection for purple wave 5 from the purple wave 5 low, okay, and relating it to the length of wave 1, then it's possible for wave 5 to top 139.43 or higher if it's twice the length of wave 1 at 141.76. Okay, and this has projections for green wave 5. Okay, again, based on the relationship with wave 1. Here at $138 and a bit higher at 143.43. So basically, we would be looking for a topping range between like between like 138 to 143. Okay. And we have these intermediate levels where the high can also occur. Okay, so this is this closed before the holiday at 135.58. So again, we want to see if we can get a little bit more upside in wave 3 before wave 4 kicks in. Okay. But the bottom line, this is something that we have to consider terminal. Okay, again, as far as the bigger picture goes, it could be ending just a 3rd wave within the unfinished bull market, or it could be ending the bull market. Okay, once there's a top in place, then it'll depend on what follows. Okay, if it's a corrective kind of retracement, then the high being made is the 3rd wave. If it's a more impulsive type decline, that just basically crashes lower, then that's the end of the bull market. Okay, at least as I'm counting the pattern here. Okay, so, if you've been tempted to trade this, with all the excitement and everything, just keep this in mind. Okay, and decide, even if you want to take a quick trade, whether it might be worth it. Okay, and as I said, if you do, make sure that you are really observing key levels and so forth so that you keep yourself out of trouble. Okay, so have a great trading week, and I'll talk to you soon.